What's the dumbest or most inaccurate thing you've ever heard a teacher say? 1. My grade 5 teacher popped a quiz on the class once and asked us what the largest thing in the universe was. I said, nobody knows, and this other kid said no, it's the sun. The other kid got marked as correct. 2. Way back, in the mid-1960s, my 5th grade teacher said that pineapples grew on trees and coconuts grew on vines, like grapes. Having just moved from Hawaii to Massachusetts, I got in trouble for pointing out how wrong she was on both counts. 3. I can still remember my 8th grade teacher saying, to a room of lower and lower class students and some downright poor as hell, that you couldn't survive off of less than $40K a year. Knowing full well that my parents didn't make that much and I still had 3 meals a day, Nikes once a year, and a roof over my head. 4. When I was 6 years old, we got a fun little make and answer your own maths question exercise. I wanted to show the teacher that my dad had shown me how to do additions and subtractions below 0. 1 minus 3 equals minus 2, was marked as incorrect, because apparently you can't do maths below 0. But Mrs. H, what about temperatures on the weather forecast? That's different, that's not maths. 5. I had a really dumb teacher who would always teach from a book. So one day he was telling us about how the toilets in Australia flush the other way. So he then talked for 10 minutes about how it was because of Australia being in the southern hemisphere, because that's what the book said. Then the book did a huge 180 and said how it was all just a myth and it was not true. So the teacher just stood there defeated and then moved on. So he pretty much was dumb enough to go on and on about one part of the book said, and then instantly get corrected by the book itself. 6. Had a college professor tell the class that there was no such thing as albino animals. He was blind. 7. I'm in Boy Scouts, almost an eagle, and when I took the orienteering merit badge, my counselor said compasses point north because there is a lot of iron ore in Canada. Complete moron. 8. A teacher said there are 52 states and I am still twitchy about this 35 years later. 9. I used to love to draw my own cartoon characters as a little kid, until my art teacher at the time told me yeah, cartoons aren't real art though. I was like 10, and after that felt completely discouraged from drawing and rarely did it after. I ended up skipping her class a lot after that. 10. Had a teacher who called me Jeff for a year. Jeff isn't anything close to my name, and there was no one in that class named Jeff she was mistaking me for. And yet she insisted my name was Jeff.